The Calabar Talk Show with Dave and the David Ochui's expression. My guy Victor Boyo said I'm always looking too serious. So today make I calm down, make I not look too serious. How you guys doing? It's a lovely, evening. I said make I drop this one. Look, we talk about both drivers and the clients. You know, Nigerians get the tendency to be very proud, just like US citizens be. At least they are what I can justify say the country they go towards the direction where it's supposed to go. They are progressing. They have a good economy. One could say, hey, it's not that good, but at least it's better. We are dying to go there as compared to us. So when they're being proud, I could understand, but us, that tendency of being arrogant, I don't understand where they come from. So make I talk about both drivers and the customers. You know, um, I'm not saying all boat drivers, but I'm telling you that a lot of boat drivers, plenty boat drivers, they're very stupid. They don't even understand the purpose of being a boat driver. They don't understand what it means to render service. When I bought my car, I bought it at that time with the sole aim of doing boat. That was the first thing I had in mind to do boat. So when I want to do a thing, I make sure, and of course, then I made sure I was ready. Not just ready by having a car, actually, ready by doing the right things that a driver is supposed to do. Recently, I've been kicked out from, I'll use the word kick out, from a boat group for one reason or the other. Trust me, the most absurd human beings I can see from what they say are boat drivers. The boat app or the boat owners, what they are there to do is to make profit. You are just, a person that leads them to making profit. You work for boat. And even if you never worked for boat and you worked on your own, and you render service or you render a product that you sell, trust me, you still have to behave well. You still have to have common sense. You still have to respect people. You still have to have a good approach. You still have to approach things in a reasonable manner. If you had your own business, trust me, then how much more when you represent a company as big as Bolt? You talk aimlessly to customers. You act in an irrational way to customers. You're supposed to on the AC, you not on, you say fuel. If you know that the fuel situation in the country has made you not to be able to on your AC, why do you on your app? Customers are there to take and to receive good service from you. The customer is not your slave. The customer doesn't have to fit in your wall. You have to fit in the wall of rendering service to the customer. The customer is not your brother or your sister. The customer is not who you control or tell the customer what to do. You actually have to fit into the wall of the customer because you're rendering service. But you find boat drivers full of the only thing they know is how much will they trip. How much will they trip? Trip to how much is it? That's all they know. Money. I don't know what is wrong with Nigerians with money. Money. All our motivation on our money. You post a job description. They'll ask how much. They have never even asked. They have never even asked what am I going to do or what am I not going to do. What am I supposed to do? What they will ask is how much. So everything about look, money is important, but the fact is life doesn't end and start with money. Okay, supposing say the job description as a me can't kill person. So because of a particular amount of money that you are being paid, you can't kill person. You won't even know if the business is illegal or legal. The first thing they will ask of is how much. That is where you find boat drivers. Everything about them is money. A customer will come into your vehicle. Will come into your vehicle. Instead of you to render a proper service, instead of you to talk to your customer politely, you act irrationally and arrogantly to your customers, and you think that they will not report you. I find a whole lot of boat customers, down to my friends and even my neighbors, that their accounts are always having issues with blocking. Why are you always blocked? Why both they always block you in particular? They always they block you all the time. That's because you are unfit to be a boat driver, because you don't have the right attitude to render service. People have to learn to have the right attitude in when we render service. It happens a lot in civil service work. State civil service, everywhere we go to Nigeria, you walk into a man's office, he talks nonsense, talks anyhow. You go, you think you go, you eating granite. In Krutech, that time you go to Krutech to go and do fake clearance cuttings. You see a woman eating granite, telling you that she's busy, and we wait. Useless system, useless approach, and because the average age of a boat driver now should be at least 50 years. Of course, we have generally of the generation, so we learn all the bad habits from 20 years ago till now, and we are using it till now. A customer comes into your vehicle, You don't have a nice approach. Let's assume that the customer has the worst of characters. You are supposed to be able to fit into that person's world by adjusting your own attitude and making that customer to be comfortable, because you are the one that is getting money in return for the service you are rendering. But it's quite difficult. The boat drivers are always reckless in the way they talk. Somebody will come into your car, on the platform, you feel like going nuts. You'll be seeing people. The average boat driver is a graduate. So that means that the kind of graduates that we have produced right now in our schools are what I could refer to as dumb asses. But that's what it means. Blockheads. Because you can't be rendering a service or selling a product. If I tell you the persons I've met through Bolt when I was bolting, some of the big boys I know in France, that before they come into Calabar presently, I book hotels and we are good friends and I get benefit from them. I met them as a Bolt driver. Some of the major contacts I have today that have given me good and reasonable contracts, I met them as a boat driver. It all depends on your attitude. Even the ones I met during offline that I was referred to, because of a nice approach and because of a friendly approach, I still have a lot of things to benefit from them because of my attitude. Lately, there's some clients that I actually met offline. Trust me, I did 5 days with them. Trust me, and they gave me a lot of money. A lot of money that a lot of boat drivers, 90% of the boat drivers won't even be patient enough, because those guys will not pay you every day. They will pay you after 5 days, or as long as they're in Calabar, they will not pay you until probably they leave to Lagos and the account office from Lagos will pay you. You can't find that from drivers now. Blood they hot, money, money, money. All we know is money. You don't have the attitude to render the service is not there. All you just care about is to bring the money come. Then talking about the customers now, their own attitude. You hardly find men and men in both having issues. It's always men and women, because women are always very at the edge or on the edge for trouble with men. One man said women are our enemies. I agree with him. You hardly see a man and another man in both settings having issues. It's always man and woman. Why? These girls will walk into your car. A small girl of 17 years will walk into your car as a boat driver and go to the back seat. Yeah, of course. You can sit anywhere. But trust me, if this is still Africa and it's still Nigeria, and we have that culture and we have that thing where we have good morals and respect, I go fear to even enter to go sit down for back when senior man they drive, because of how I was brought up. You see them doing all that. Then they will stay in the vehicle, talk nonsense, all rotten things, sex, all those things you hear about those things. Some will even say they want to smoke in your car. Some will start eating in your car. Their approach is, somebody will tell you, come and pick me at number 10 New Airport. You get to New Airport to start picking calls. Someone will tell you, come and pick me at number 10 New Airport. By the time you get to New Airport, she says she's in the bathroom. The boat driver, is he your slave? Yeah, the customers have the right, and the customers are supposed to be respected and loved and treated, fairly and well. Yeah, of course. But the boat driver is not your slave. The boat driver doesn't necessarily mean that he's illiterate or he's poor and broke and doesn't have how to survive. Most of the doctors in UCTH are boat drivers. Most lecturers in Unical I know are boat drivers. So some of them averagely earn over 200,000 naira. They are doing better than you. They own their cars. Not every boat driver is someone who got a car. I used to do boat before, and I have my own car. My car is in my name. I'm not giving someone money weekly. So it's my vehicle. So when you come into the car and just think that, okay, because I'm being bold, it means I'm dead broke. We are better off than most of you that are using boat. If you have a car so much, will you join boat? Because of course your car gives you comfort. And sometimes you also find men acting in a funny way like women, behaving so rudely. I did something to one girl lately. Sorry, not lately. When I was boating way back, she picked up, and in my opinion, whoever is seeking for service or product is the one to make the call. You cannot be picking your friends that you ordered a ride and the boat driver did not call you. No, it is wrong. You are trying to reach out for service and a product. For instance, now in boat is service. Why should the boat driver call you? Pick your phone and make the call to who you want to offer you a service. If you are buying food and you order the food and they don't come with the food, won't you go and inquire? But because it's boat drivers now owe you. They now owe you that they must call you. That's how, I was trying to settle with a customer that was getting out of the car and she ordered a ride and I didn't call her in 30 seconds. She called me and was insulting me. What I did was because, of course, where you have your strength as a boat driver is when you haven't started the ride. When you start the ride, you have to be of your best behavior. Not picking up a ride is not really a big issue with Bolt, but when you pick up that ride and you don't deliver that service, pick up that customer and take him to wherever he or she is going to, that's where you have issues with Bolt. So what I did was I drove to the church on Marian where the student told her that I'm not going to pick you. I wound up my car and left. That was the best I could do, and I cancelled the ride. You can't be sounding so. You haven't even gotten to the vehicle yet. You're sounding so rude. So why should I allow someone as rude as you to come into my vehicle and rate me? So that when I tell you you are wrong, you gotta give me 1 star. And the Bolt app itself, one of the most arrogant people I know are the Bolt owners. They report a Bolt driver. There's no justification. But when they report you, they have blocked you. No investigation. They just block people anyhow because you have the monopoly of function, the monopoly of the app in Nigeria. I don't blame you now. It's in the federal government. Nigerian youths are just here suffering for nothing. So you will stay in somewhere in Estonia, have an app, and enslave Nigerians. Look at the percentage that they even take. There's almost no way that Nigerians can even make inputs to the owners of both app. It doesn't make any sense. So, well, that's how it is, and that's where we are left at. So, please, my opinion is, both drivers behave well. You owe your customer a healthy approach. You owe your customer a good car when there is heat. You owe your customer air-conditioned vehicle. That's the standard. If you don't have that, pack it. Or beg and sound polite to your customers. Customers, mostly females, don't just think that because you see a boat driver, he's stupid or he's broke, and you can, of course, like they always say, I can feed you. People that have not eaten. Always, I can feed you. Not all boat drivers are poor. A lot of boat drivers are just trying to make ends meet better. They already have an ends meet, but they're trying to increase revenue by adding that to list of things that they do. So customers behave better, boat drivers behave better. Boat drivers don't be entitled. That customers should act the way you want them to act, and should take the service that you want to take, the service that you want to render. There's a service approach that boat asks of you. Be ready to do it. Before I used to leave my house as a boat driver, I take all my pride and keep in my toilet, then enter my car. So a small child says anything he or she wants to say, my job is to take it from point A to B. I get my money in return. And it worked for me. I made money. I did the things I was supposed to do, and here I am. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Calabar Talk Show with Dave and Suri. David will choose expression. I did bring in a real life practical advice, profounding solutions.